All right, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. To another first moon, not first, I'm going to say first fruits, new moon celebration. Well, it's new moon and it's first fruits. We're going to do something a little different tonight. The Lord wants to focus not on so much all of the things, especially in the month of Tammuz and Ave. So, these 2 months is probably the most tragic months of Israel history. And so, but God wants us to lead you into the focus, not so much the focus, the intent. His intent for this particular month. But we know that the enemy came in and manipulated the intent of God. That's how the devil uses, come against all of us. God has a specific intent. That's the reason why you and I were born into the earth realm. It's not a coincidence that you live in the country, the city, the state that you live in. It's not even a coincidence that you was born in the family that you was born in. God has an intent. In the midst of that intent, if we ever discover it and fulfill it, God gets glory. Satan's ultimate goal is to demean, to make God look bad, and to make us forsake God. So we're going to look at some things, some principles in the word of the Lord, and we're going to go through a few scriptures tonight out of the book of Exodus, where we see in this particular month of Tammuz, one of the first things that we see now, we've got to remember that they came out of Egypt and they crossed the Red Sea. They experienced the conquest of God in defeating Pharaoh and his army. But prior to them coming out of Egypt, God, through the man of God, Moses, released 10 plagues, and those 10 plagues was against the 10 gods of the nation of Israel. So God, now notice now, you got to understand, the nation of Israel was in the land of Egypt for approximately 400 years. So most likely they have learned their customs, their ways. They have been educated in the 10 gods that the nation of Egypt worshipped. So they're familiar with them. So when God sent Moses into the land of Egypt, God hardens Pharaoh's heart not to let the people go, because God wanted to execute judgment upon the gods that they worship, so everyone would know that there is no other God besides the Most High God. So he did that. He established the first day as he's resetting the nation of Israel. They already have a calendar. But in Egypt, he resets it, their timetable. That day was the beginning of time for the nation of Israel. And so we see that God now brings them out into the wilderness to worship. Now, that's another thing that's very important, that before they left out of Egypt, majority of us know the story, that God told them to go to the Egyptians and get gold, silver, get every single thing. They got God plundered, using to plunder the nation of Israel. But he didn't do it until the last plague, when the firstborn began to die. That broke the back, the spirit of the nation of Israel. And they gave them whatever they wanted. And they came out with great wealth. But the wealth that they came out with was designed not just for them, but for God, to worship God with it. Now we enter into the month of Tammuz. This is the month now God comes down and speaks to the people personally himself.
To watch the rest of this powerful message, download Panorama's app, which is available in all app stores by searching Panorama Christian Center. Create an account to stay connected with Panorama Christian Center. One word from God will change your life. Blessings.